Hello everyone, sorry I'm a bit late tonight. Kenny, hello, how are you mate? Alan, how you doing mate? Hope you're alright. What's everyone been up to today? Alan, how you doing mate? You alright? Right then, so this evening I'm going to be putting on some onions. These are the Medwyns of Anglesey Expedition. I was going to try and keep them in these trays until planting out time, but turns out I need these trays, so I'm going to put them on into 7cm pots, and I'm just going to be using the usual mix, 1 part my own compost, 1 part leaf mould, 1 part coir, and I've added in some perlite into there. Hi Pete, how you doing mate? Good to see you here. Yeah, I've added in some perlite. Haven't added any feed into this. They should be alright for a week or two in this, and then I'll just give them high nitrogen feed after that. Ivan, hello mate, how you doing? Right then, so we'll just better get started. I am going to be giving the roots a good dusting of mycorrhizal fungi. That is the Q4 one. I am going to be getting some dino mycos to try out. They're going to be sending me some stuff to try. Just waiting to get that in the post. So I'm just going to knock all the compost off that one, just to show you the roots and how easy all that came apart. That is due to sieving the compost beforehand and probably a bit dry. See, these have had a bit of tip burn. That was from touching the lights at an early stage. I got a bit hot for them where they were. I'll admit I've grown quite a few onions in containers. I've actually grown, the biggest onions I've grown were in 30-litre containers. So they should do just fine in containers for you, mate. Ivan, yeah, I've seen it on Will It Grow's channel, and to be honest mate, I didn't see much difference. I know Alan, the other Alan, tried it as well, and I don't think he seen much difference in it. There's no harm, but you can do it, but don't see the point. But yeah, I could just trim them there and there. But I don't see the need to do it. Like I say, I've seen somebody else do it, tried it, it worked, but I didn't see any difference from the ones that I did do it and didn't do it on. Go, another one done. I'll just be putting these can go straight out into the polytunnel now. They don't need any heat or any extra light really. All the other ones that I've put out in the polytunnel seem to have been doing just fine out there. So what variety of onions are you all doing this year? I've got 4 different varieties on the go, or maybe 5 if you include the red ones. And if you could guys, please don't forget to hit the like button on the video. And if you know anyone interested in growing onions or any other veg, hit that share button, helps out the channel. Yeah, I tried the Peter Glazebrook ones last year, I think, and I don't think that the seeds were actually what they were saying they were, because none of them grew out to be very big, and I found that they all just split and turned into 2 or 3, which the same thing happened with the Calcio onions the year before, and I just don't think it's a very stabilised genetic. But I do have to say the Mammoth and the Long Day are doing quite well. They're nowhere near as big as the year before at this time of year, but I had them bulbing up too early the year before, so and to be fair, this is the second year in a row growing the Medwyns of Anglesey large expedition onions, and the size of them and how thick they are, I'm quite impressed with them, and they're a seed variety that I'd definitely recommend. See, I've never had luck with sets. Every time I've done sets, they always end up bolted. See, none of my celery have come up yet. But I have only planted them about a week ago now. So maybe next year I'll start them a bit earlier. Have you got any tips for growing celery? It's the first time for me growing it this year. And if there's anyone watching that's new to the channel, please consider subscribing. doesn't cost anything. And follow along, see how I get on with these onions throughout the year. Yeah, Pete, if you tag me in the video, I'll make sure I check it out. That's brilliant. Good thing is with fresh seed that's come off a plant, you know it's going to germinate. And you know it's not been sprayed with any chemicals or pesticides or anything like that. My Cape gooseberries have done the same. I've left the plant that I had, that is still going out the back, but there was loads of fruit that have just fallen off and they're all starting to sprout up everywhere now. But I won't be needing them, as saved my own seed. And they're all growing nicely in there. We've got three pots of them, all from saved seed. Where do I get my giant onion seeds from? Well, that varies, Peter. This year I got some off Graham Barrett, and I got given some at Malvern Autumn Show, and the mammoth onions I bought them from Malvern as well. But if you go on giant vegetable groups on Facebook, there's loads of people giving them away on there. I'd stay away from anything on eBay or Amazon or anything like that, because you just don't know what you're getting. Try and get in with somebody from this country that actually grows them. But yeah, best bet is probably Facebook in some of the giant vegetable groups. Just ask, people are more than willing to give them away. But Graham Barrett is a good one for seeds. Scott, how you doing, my man? Good to see you here, mate. Not so bad looking onion seedlings. Scott, what have you been doing, my man? Oh, no, wait. Thank you very much, Scott. Didn't need to do that, mate. But at least I know it works now. What have you been up to anyway, Scott? Planting trees, nice. Nice. Are they the ones in the hedgerows that you were on about? The willows and the birch. Thank you very much, Scott. Yes, hopefully we're in for a good season. Hopefully. Well, managed to get quite a bit closer with the polytunnel today, so it's looking like we might get that finished by the end of the month. Fingers crossed. To be fair, it's been quite nice here the past few days. We've had a few good days of sun, but never lasts too long here. Nice one, Scott. They're going to look amazing when they're all established and taking over the hedges and that. And your polytunnel's looking absolutely amazing, Scott. It's going to be strawberry heaven in there. Thank you for joining. Have a good night. And hope to get better soon. Crazy Homestead, how are you doing? Good to see you. That's why I'm doing them at a later time. Sort of suits everyone a bit better, I think. During the day is no good for me with work. and watching after Bobby. So evenings seems to do well. Thinking about doing a lot more lives over the next few weeks. See how it goes. Artie Hugh, good to see you, mate. How you doing? Scott, seriously, you don't have to do that, but thank you very much. No weed. Different sort of weeds that grow on their own around here. And Scott, I realised today the path that I dedicated to you last year, where I put all the wine cap mycelium, that's going to be going straight through the middle of my new polytunnel. So hopefully we should get some wine cap mushrooms popping up in there, and who knows what else. And I've also got a full tray of the lupins that you sent, and the pink zinnias. I'm going to be showing them as well. I've never tried the melon, but I've seen a few people using different ones. It depends what you want, I suppose. But Scott's your man to talk to about mushrooms. What he doesn't know isn't worth knowing. These, I think these were sown end of December. End of December or early January. Just check, there might be a date on one of the labels. No, no dates. Yeah, I'd say end of December, beginning of January. Keeping them back in the smaller trays does restrict the growth a bit. And having them closer to the lights and with a fan on them just gives you stockier plants. Thanks, Pete. A lot of time and effort goes into it. There's a lot of dedication in this game, especially growing giant vegetables. I know these aren't anything giant, but if any of them do come to it, they will be going to local shows and maybe even put some up in the Harvest Pavilion in Malvern. But first couple of times I tried it, yeah, didn't work out as well. But it's all a learning curve. Every day we all learn something new. Every year is a different growing year. Seeds could be different, compost could be slightly different, feeds could be slightly different, temperatures, all comes into play with it. No matter how good you are, you can all still fail sometimes. Scott, I wouldn't say I'm the onion master, mate. Our Rob knows a bit about onions. I've never looked at trying them in hydroponics. The only thing is when they start bulbing up, would the moisture not get to the onion and cause it to rot? Yeah, he would definitely, you know, everything does come into play. It's a big game of cards. Yeah, I know it'd only be the roots that are in the water, not the actual onion, but don't know, might work really well, who knows. Have to let me know how you get on with it, and who knows, could be one to look into for the future. Yeah, well, if you oversow them, just thin them out and leave one behind. Like I say, use the smaller ones as spring onions, or green onions, whichever. And then leave one to actually bulb up. Definitely interesting to see how you get on with them. Seen all sorts of other things grown hydroponically, so why not? The only other thing with hydroponics is there's not much room for error, at least with soil or compost. Yeah, it can be a bit forgiving, you can wash it out, you put the wrong feed in, it's not the end of the world, the plant just won't take it up. Whereas hydroponically, they've got no choice to take it up really, I suppose. A few different ones, Scott. No, Bedfordshire Champion do really well, they store really well. But to be honest with you, these are ones from last year. These are still quite firm. Yeah, they're large ones, so they don't last as long. But I think they were the Anglesey. The Bedfordshire Champion, they do well. They keep well. And obviously the bigger onions don't store as well as the smaller ones, but you know that. Pete, it's okay, mate. I wouldn't know what I know if I hadn't been watching other people do it, so it's only fair to pass on that information. Kenny, I use CapCut, or there was another good one called My Movie, but mainly CapCut. Scott, maybe the Medwyns of Anglesey, if you go on their website, he's got some red onions on there. I can't remember what they were called, but they're a pelleted seed, and they grew really well for me last year. And maybe just have a look on his website. Got quite a few different ones on there, and that's where I get most of my onion seeds from. No worries, Scott, mate. Anyone still watching, if you haven't hit that like button, guys, please do consider hitting it. But we've got a couple more of these to do, and then we'll call it a night at that. And really do appreciate everyone watching. Really means a lot. Roxanne, hello, how you doing? Hope you're all okay. Just caught us right at the end of it there. That's good to hear. Yeah, we're all fine, thank you very much. How are the boys all doing? Are they all alright? Standard procedure. At least all the others are asleep for you. Rare occasion, yeah, definitely. I've got a load of strawberry plants here if you want them as well. Don't ask what they are, I have no idea. They're strawberries, they're red. If I could grow strawberries that big, I would be a millionaire. But yeah, I'll give it a go. And yeah, I'll put them aside for you. Get them repotted on for you. And either when I come over to yours or whenever you come here next, pick them up. Right then guys, so that's going to be it for this one tonight. Just like to say thank you very much for everyone for watching. Please don't forget to hit that like button before you leave tonight, and drop a comment in the comment box afterwards. That'd be very much appreciated. I'd also like to say thank you to Scott over at Cooker Cottage for his donations, and if you haven't already subscribed to his channel, I'd definitely recommend popping on over there and checking that out. Very knowledgeable man and always willing to help anyone. Most weekdays I'm home now, so whenever, except for tomorrow. I'm working tomorrow. Right then, Roxanne, if you want to drop me a message, I'll reply to you on there. Thank you very much for everyone for watching. Bye for now. Have a good night.